Belichick, 8-time Super Bowl champion, 6 as a head coach, 333 wins as the head coach in the National Football League, and now here to bring North Carolina to football glory, and delighted to have Bill Belichick join us here. Great to have you, Bill. Hey, we were thinking about rivalry and payback and things of that nature. What's it like to try to get a team to play its best when you're facing a heated rival, and maybe you took it on the chin the first time you saw them as the Carolina basketball team did this year?
Yeah, just use that for motivation. Go out there and play it one play at a time, one possession at a time. That's how you win. Just keep stringing them together.
I'm with you. Hey, obviously, this is the perfect marriage, right? You come in from the pros, and as college is operationalizing more and more, talk to me about, they always talk about CEOs in their first 90 days onboarding. Like, what's been the onboarding process here for you as head coach?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great support from the school. We're recruiting a lot of good players, and we've been out there on the field practicing. We had 3 practices, so, it's all kind of coming together. We got a lot of balls in the air, but we're trying to balance them.
These guys are going to throw up right now, Coach, because I'm going to ask you about your roster. You take the job, all right? How did you decide who to retain, how many guys in the portal, how many high school guys to put that group together to have a cohesive unit?
Well, with all the players that left, we got plenty of opportunity. So we've signed guys, and we're going to recruit a big class this year. So we have 105 scholarships other than the 85 it used to be. So we got plenty of space. We're looking for good players.
Tricky players make tricky coaches.
Bill, when you look at it, you said something not long after you took the job that I thought was kind of interesting, because a lot of the college coaches are having to adjust to asset allocation. How much am I going to, pay a guy here legally, obviously, and all of that. And you mentioned that it's a lot like what you were experienced for years with the Patriots. How has that helped you with the transition and determining how to allocate resources to various parts of your roster?
Yeah, well, Mike Lombardi's really handling that. That's the head coach GM model. We obviously work together and formulating our plan, but Mike handles really the GM side of it, the contracts, the salaries, and so forth. But again, it's what we've been doing for 30-some years, so we're used to it.
You love the history of college football. What do you think about the professionalization, for lack of a better term? Many would argue that it's been that way a long time. Now it's above board. What do you think about the impact of that on college sports in general?
It is what it is. So it's something I've been doing for a long time. Just the kids are a little bit younger now, but it's basically the same process. Free agency happens after 1 year instead of 4, but there's a few modifications, but it's very similar.
What do you think, Jay? You're talking about some defensive structure tonight, North Carolina against Duke?
I'm on to Cincinnati. If you're given a pregame speech in this game, what do you say to the team?
Yeah, again, I think Hubert will do a great job. It's just one possession at a time. Everyone's critical, and take good care of the ball, rebound well, play good defense, hit your foul shots. It'll come down to the wire.
Sounds fundamental.
It works.
Bill, more importantly, these fans love you. I heard you bought pizza for everybody last game. Are you going to do anything? You going to do anything special this game?
Yeah, nothing to keep college kids happy like pizza.
Pizza, well, there is one thing.
Yeah. We got Lawrence Taylor here as well. What's the significance of connecting with some of the Carolina legends as you come back here?
Greatest defensive player in the history of the NFL. It was a privilege for me to coach him for a decade. I learned so much from coaching LT and try to, transfer that to the other players that I've coached. But the field tilted when LT walked on the field. Everything was game planned towards him, and he still was able to be, extremely productive. Greatest player in the history of the NFL, defensively.
Come on over here, LT.
Here he comes.
Come on over here, LT.
There's the great Lawrence Taylor.
Man? How you doing, buddy? Pleasure, man. Most definitely. Come on, man. We still got the. You take my seat. LT, you take my seat. No, please, you take my seat. Here, you sit down. You sit down. I'll stand.
LT, you've lived this rivalry. What's the Carolina Duke rivalry mean to you?
Well, you can't ask for a better basketball game, I'm looking for Carolina to kick some ass.
There we go.
Now you sit down. You get comfortable after that. Okay, I like it. I like that.
And I will say this.
As much as I want to talk trash back, I'm not going to.
I would advise
Wise business decision.
although I would very much like to see him tackle you.
No,
I tell you what.
I'm trying to stay alive, RB.
If you are looking for someone to kick a little ass in Carolina football, you got a couple guys right here. Bill Belichick, Lawrence Taylor. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us today.